Wait a minute, family. Wait a minute. After tonight's game, we can't use that intro. We got to use another intro to set the mood, to turn it up tonight. Let's use this. Well. Unfortunately, I'm right again. And peace and blessings, family who are tuned in. Make sure to like and share this video. In the wise words of RawTruth Media, I told you so. Didn't I tell you that the Brooklyn Nets were going to take the Hornets seriously? And Kyrie did his thing. KD was KD, even though he didn't get the points, but he's still KD. Drummond, they have so much depth. Terry Rozier led the team. Well, he tied with the team in minutes up there with Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges had 39 minutes. So Lamelo Ball, your franchise point guard and your only all-star, manages to get only 30 minutes against a good team. A shout out to Inverse Bolts, man. He says LaMelo ain't getting treated like an all-star. Every time LaMelo gets out of the bench, the Hornets offense, good shit. This is getting ridiculous. LaMelo need more minutes. Yeah, he needs more minutes. Hit the like button, and to support this channel, donate to the Cash App $ Drut06, DRUT06. All is welcome. Shout out to Rap God. How you doing, my brother? He said, I'm not shocked they lost. I don't think anybody is. They are who we thought they were. But I have a little song prepared for the Hornets for this occasion. The Hornets got blitz. They are not playoff contenders. Kyrie just scored 50. They are not contenders anymore. I had to play the classics. They're not a playoff team at all. Rap God says tonight for myself was Taco Tuesday. Y'all know what song I'm talking about. They are not playoff material. KD didn't get 20 points, but they still lose in that game. Yeah, that's that 90s R&B right there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. 90s R&B when they hit that octave note. Yeah. Dragging the note every time. Rap Guy says you sound like Mary J. Blige. Man, when I was a kid, my mom used to play her songs all the time. We was cleaning up. So Terry Rozier gets to do what he wants, huh, JB? Gets to not play any defense. And then you saw, hey, I missed the first half because I had to take some classes. I had to take some online classes for a little bit, but caught the second half. And I saw that score. It was like 69 to 40 something. I wasn't even surprised. And I told y'all that the Nets were going to take this team personal. They're desperate for wins. They're not trying to play Miami in the first round. I don't blame them. Shout out to the homie Rye. He already laughing in the cut. Inverse says Borrego is still trying to make the Hornets Terry Rozier's team. Obviously. This is no longer LaMelo's team. This is what they wanted. Mediocre play. They rather have here's the asinine thing about this situation. The Hornets rather have a combo guard control this team than an actual point guard. Terry Rozier is a combo guard. He doesn't want to facilitate. He doesn't want to play defense. He just want to score. But yeah, let's not have LaMelo Ball do it. And JB thought he was slick, having LaMelo those last 2 minutes in the game. I see what you did there. You didn't want nobody to complain about him playing below 30 minutes. So he's like, let him get these little 2 minutes so he could reach the 30-minute mark. I think he's slick. Shout out to Ryan Krigler. He says, how LaMelo not get more than 30 minutes? You're asking me, man. It's the most backwards thinking. Nothing is working for the Hornets. That crappy 2-3 zone that they run was getting exploited. And I'm looking, all these men. LaMelo played 30 minutes. So Miles Bridges plays 39. PJ freaking Washington. PJ, what more do I want from me? Washington had more minutes than LaMelo Ball, 37. Terry Rozier, 37. LaMelo, 30 minutes. So LaMelo was fourth in minutes in this game. And you give Cody Martin 24 minutes. You give Montrezl Harrell 22 minutes. You give Oubre 22 minutes. You give McDaniels 8 minutes. Now, what did I tell you about this team not treating stars like stars? I told y'all this was going to happen. I mentioned in the last video when I said that this schedule is going to be a test. I brought up the fact that the only way the Hornets could have won this game if they would have done it the right way and tried to organize a game plan around LaMelo Ball and let him be unconscious, let him be himself. But they didn't even want to do that. Rap Guy says Hornets team morale is really bad. It's terrible. Terrible. But those JB defenders right now, they're quieter than a mice pissing on cotton right now. I wonder what LeVar was at the game. I know he had to think like, man, what is this damn coach doing with my son? And I'm looking at the Crown Club on Twitter talking about, quote, we have been screaming for over a decade. This city and fan base deserve better from the Hornets. For the love of all things Charlotte, do better. Well, I blame most Charlotte fans because only a few Charlotte fans was keeping that real. Eternity. Shout out to Eternity. She's on Twitter. She keeps it real. Mad Ant keeps it real. And they're from Charlotte. They spoke up about this coach and how the team is not playing the right way. But people like you, the Crown Club, and many other JB defenders, y'all let this man try to screw up your organization. And now you're surprised at the results. But let me tell you something, my brothers and sisters who are JB defenders. Let me say it again for the people in the back. I told you so. When are you going to listen? And it's not just me. Coach Joe had been saying it, and many others. But that's the problem with society. Everybody wants to be right instead of doing what's right to build a great team. Inverse Bo says, that's exactly what I say. Why I say Borrego always puts LaMelo for his trash minutes just to make it seem like LaMelo's getting decent minutes. Yeah, LaMelo's obviously getting spot minutes. where you play a almost 30 minutes, but it's like in and out, messing up the flow, messing up the chemistry. That's what he wanted to do. That's what JB learned from Greg Popovich, how to psychoanalyze a situation. He doesn't have me fooled. I've seen coaches do that for years. Rob God says JB is a middle school teacher on the court. Well, shoot, he ain't even that sometimes with his rotations. Sam Moulter, peace and blessings, my brother. He says, let Rozier have this garbage team. Lee Davis with the fire the coach. That coach. Not fire the coach, fire that coach. Salute to IVD Press. He said, peace, brother. Peace and blessings to you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you all share this content. Ryan, he says, this was a perfect game for LaMelo because he's getting to learn how these good teams, good point guards, but JB pulls them. Yeah, that's just... And while JB pulled LaMelo and had Terry Rozier in the game, knowing that Terry Rozier doesn't play a lick of defense, Kyrie knew that, and that's why Kyrie had 50 points. Now, Kyrie was scoring on everybody. Let's not just act like it was just Terry Rozier, but there's a reason why Kyrie attacked Terry Rozier on that court. Terry Rozier don't want to play no defense. Terry Rozier, he just cares about points. B. Pierce says JB is a dummy. Sam Moulter says when the Hornets lost 12 straight to snub LaMelo from the All-Star game, the season was over. Yeah, get the likes up, family. Get the likes up. $50 points. So Kyrie had 50 points, 15 for 19 shooting, 3 for 9 for 3, 11 for 13 free throws. He was a man possessed. In that game against Boston, what did I tell y'all? Kyrie is leveling up. He's taking these games seriously. Even though they lost to the Celtics that last game, he was on. I told y'all that, and now y'all see what I've been saying. Rap guy says, to quote Red Fox, JB, you big dummy. Man, Twitter's just off the chain right now. Now this dude, the Crown Club, said, I blame everyone, the coaching, GM, ownership, and players for this kind of performance. None of them are innocent. Here's the thing, brother. Here's what most Charlotte fans, the ones who get it, understand. It starts with your organization and head coach for not placing an identity with this team. They made all the veterans comfortable and not want to work hard on defense. That's why the Hornets have one of the last place defenses in the NBA. They run a weak 2-3 zone. It get exploited by every good team known to man. But since fans wanted to scoff off and blame players instead of a coach who hasn't even earned his stripes, this is where the Hornets are. You get what you ask for. Celebrating role players over your star player, Lamelo Ball. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. Celebrating your role players over your star player in Lamelo Ball. And now you all are questioning why the Hornets not winning enough. Starts with the organization, start with the coaching. The Hornets need a coach who understands these young generation of players. TB said Hornets play like those Coach Antonio teams, no defense. Well, San Antonio used to play defense. B. Pierce says Jordan has to make a move on JB. He got to be an adult. All would be forgiven. I already said all would be forgiven if Jordan could just do the right thing and get a new coach that can relate to these players. All would be forgiven. You know, I still crack jokes here and there, but all would be forgiven. TB says Kyrie and Ben going to be tough in the playoffs. Yeah, they are. When they get Ben Simmons is exactly what they needed. The Brooklyn Nets already got their scores. They just need a defender that can lock up the opposing player's best player. And Ben Simmons does it. No matter what you think about Ben, no matter if you think Ben Simmons is a prima donna, no matter what you think, Ben Simmons is exactly what the Nets need. And you will see it once he starts playing, if he starts playing. Rap Guy says Boston on a winning streak. This is not for Charlotte. Yep. But I tell y'all, the Charlotte Hornets were hoping a team would just lose games. Hoping that was going to happen. I want to thank Be Fresh for the $5 super chat. He says, DJ, you already on another level. Keep doing your thing. Oh, appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that, bro. And the best to support this channel, go to the Cash App and donate to $DurutH06. RawTruth Media is a family. It's all love. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the channel, share the video, you name it. Ryan Krigler, he says, can you imagine if we had Chauncey Billups? I would take him as a head coach over JB. Trent says, what's up, DJ? Coach JB has to go. He's got to be out of there. I don't care where JB goes. He could go to Cancun. He could go to Kokomo. Because that's the place he needs to go. Let me not start. JB needs to go to Kokomo. Because his coaching stinks. And he has nowhere to go. That's the place he needs to go. He needs to take his ass to Kokomo. He gotta go somewhere, man. Shout out to the Beach Boys, man. I don't care. I don't care if it's Turkey, Korea, anywhere but the Hornets. TB says, my bad. I meant Coach D'Antoni. D'Antoni will be a good fit. Trent says, does PJ play the most minutes and only scores 4 points? How? Oh, you said how. Yeah, PJ Washington, 37 minutes. Miles Bridges played the most, but PJ played 37 minutes, only shot 1 for 7 on field goals, didn't make any threes. Did have a measly 8 rebounds, but 4 points and a negative plus minus. But you give him all the minutes. This team is pathetic, man. How can you be excited when they're doing dumb crap like this? IVD Press says DJ be singing. He didn't say singing. He says singing. Rap Guy said Hornets need to hire Becky Hammond. Man, I don't need any Spurs coaches. I don't need any former Spurs coaches. I hope she does well, but not for this team. Dang, Darius Ewing, he kept it 1,000. He said, "I hope LaMelo walks. To be honest, walks out." Ollie Payne. I want to say thank you, Ollie Payne, for donating to the Cash App, man. I appreciate that, my brother, and you seeing the vision and supporting the channel. He says, "It ain't coaching. I mean, JB has to go, but really, Brooklyn might be the best teams in the NBA history. They ain't even got Ben Simmons yet. They are stacked. They are stacked. No, this game is it doesn't matter what JB would have done, they would have lost. It's just how they looked, especially in the first half. That was a trash performance. Gunner Boy in the building. What's good, Gunner Boy? What's good, my brother? Inverse Bolt says, where do you think would be a good fit for LaMelo on a different team? Well, really, just any team that has high pace, fast pace offense. Teams that do positionless basketball, that's not a good fit. Miami would have been a good fit for LaMelo. Danny says this offseason will show if Jordan believes in LaMelo's development. 100, he got to make the decision to move JB this year. He got to make that move. Michael Jordan, man, you want people to stop calling you a bad owner, you got to make the common sense moves, brother. If you don't make those common sense moves, you will always be labeled as the owner that held teams back, held players back, man. You don't want to have that label. Now, we know Jordan is listed by some or most by all the greatest player of all time. Some people say Kareem. But MJ, you got to do better than that. If I was an owner, and I'm taking away the LaMelo fandom in me when I'm saying this. If I was an NBA owner, if I had a young player that's 20 years old, like LaMelo Ball, that makes an all-star team in second year, man, I'm cleaning up house. I'm not overpaying players. But that's just me, though. I'm not doing none of that. Because I remember when once LaMelo got drafted and then they signed Gordon Hayward to that contract, I'm like, what are you doing? This is a player that's not going to really bring any value. But they did that because they didn't believe in LaMelo. They didn't want to believe in him. They just went off media narrative. Rap Guy says, as a Heat fan, I would take LaMelo off there. Hey, man, if the Heat would have had LaMelo Ball, man, that would have been dangerous. TB says, don't the Heat play positionless basketball as well, though? I think the Clippers would be interesting. Not really. Because what's his name? Kyle Lowry is still able to be Kyle Lowry. In some line, it's really the Miami Heat has one of those versatile playing styles. They could play any other style. Like if the bench is playing, right? We all know Miami doesn't have that many true point guards off that bench. So if the bench is playing, of course you're going to do more positionless basketball, run everything to Tyler Hero, which is smart. But when Kyle Lowry is playing, he is that guy. Andy Joy. You bring me joy. I had to see that song when it came from. Anita Baker. He said they gotta move JB now. So you get a taste of a new coach before the break, new season. That's a smart idea. But the Hornets are not smart to even consider that. Cut your losses now. Man, I've never seen a team play so hard just to make a playing game. They'll risk development and everything else. The Charlotte Hornets are like, you know what? Screw development. Let's try to fight for the ninth seed. Yay! Y'all know how delusional that sounds. Yes, JB, let's not play the young guys. Let's reduce LaMelo's minutes. Let's fight hard to make the ninth seed so we could get whooped in a playing game. Yay! TB said, oh, I read that. TB says, I wonder if the NBA and not the WNBA will speak on Brittany Garner's situation. That's something that's like beyond NBA. The president needs to speak on that. There's nothing the NBA can do. That's an international affair. But the president of the United States has to address it because there's an American stuck in a different area. Brad Guy says LaMelo should give JB the Cat Williams pimp slap. Oh, I would love that. I would love that. But man, why is everyone shocked that the Hornets were blown out? I'm not shocked. I'm like, these folks are actually surprised that they got their teeth knocked out by the Brooklyn Nets, who are resurgent. They're not your normal eighth seed. Man, LeVar, his brothers, the family security guard out there, and this coach want to play him barely 30 minutes, a spot duty. The disrespect, man. And I'm telling you guys, y'all don't think LaMelo Ball's going to remember all this? His family out there, Big Yank out there, LeVar's brothers out there, and you can't even get this kid 35 minutes. He said, Luke says, I think LaMelo got hurt. I didn't see no reports on that. I don't think he was hurt because why would he play the last 2 minutes? Darius Ewan said it was how they lost. Yes, how they lost, man. Effort wasn't there. Ryan Quigley said tomorrow's game against Boston isn't going to be any better. Yeah, Boston's rolling. Boston's rolling, man. You know, that's most likely going to be an L. That's going to be an L right there. Hey, let's get it to 40 likes, family. Share this video if you haven't. And the best way to support RawTruth Media, donate to the channel at Cash App, $ DRUT06. Shout out to my boy, Dom Viddy. He said, DJ, there was a point in time where I was excited to tune in into the Hornets game. Not anymore. JB destroyed the chemistry of this team with his managing and terrible rotation. Shaking my head. They have an all-star. Right. Charlotte Hornets, you have an all-star. And you can't even do the simplest things right. The most basic things. I'm going to tell you what's basic. When you have a franchise point guard, even if he hasn't made an all-star team yet, and I'm not saying I'm talking about standard, right? What do? You give him the keys. They didn't do it. Fast forward to now, LaMelo's an all-star. You should increase minutes and you play around. You play through his skill set. The Hornets are not doing it. And what makes it worse, the Hornets have found a way through the Gordon Hayward injury to say to themselves, you know what? I'm not going to let LaMelo be the focal point because of it. I'm going to have Terry Rozier, the man who only cares about offense. I'm going to build this team around him. A man who has never made an all-star team. A man who was a journeyman at one point, being a sixth man. I mean, the brother got mad because Kyrie was getting more minutes than him in Boston. Come on, man. It's Kyrie Irving. Who do you think you are? Trent says Melo had his thumb cut, no injury. Yeah, he kept playing. He played the last 2 minutes. And shout out to Trent, man. Trent says doing the same thing, expecting different results is a definition of insanity. That's why there needs to be a new coach, personnel, and really a new rebuild. Let me leave that comment up for the brother Trent, channel member. Excellent point. Doing the same thing and expecting different results is a definition of insanity. How many times have you heard that line before? Over and over again. Over and over again. The Hornets keep doing the same trickery and getting the same results. And you go all over social media, everybody in their mama talking about, man, what's wrong with the Hornets? No, this is who they are. This is who they are. You got JB on this press conference. We just got to get off to a better start tomorrow. We got to cut the crap. Here's what you should do, coach. You play LaMelo like an actual franchise player and not a role player. You think you got me fooled or anybody that's listening fooled? No. You want to play LaMelo like any other guy on your team. Stop worrying about turnovers. Stop worrying about that. Man, I've seen James Harden turn over the ball 7 times in the game. And they won the game. You're going to get turnovers. You're going to, at times, make boneheaded plays if you get higher usage rate. And half of those turnovers, players can't even catch LaMelo's passes. They looking like Elmer Fudd when LaMelo is on a break trying to give them an underhand pass and they just bobble the ball up. This is the culture you all created. A culture of mediocrity. That's why I call the Hornets the purgatory team of the NBA. Meaning the highest they could go is barely a playoff game or not too low to get a lottery pick. And that's a no-go. That's a no-go. Rap guy said JB misses his Tay-Bay. Oh, he misses him. Oh, another thing. Salute to the New Orleans Pelicans. What did I tell y'all? That the Pelicans will win more games when Devontae Graham comes off the bench. And look what happened. The CJ McCollum trade helped everything out. And now Devontae Graham is playing well off the bench. I wonder why. Oh, that's it. Because he was never meant to be a starter. But I remember me and other brothers and sisters got heat on social media because we would be objective about Devontae Graham by saying he's not a starter. And that's truth. And guess what they told me? Well, Devontae Graham in that 1 year had 18 points per game. Yeah, while he's taking all the shots. Darius Ewing says, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Danny says, I was born and raised in Charlotte. If the Hornets drop the bag with LaMelo, I swear I would diss my own home team for the rest of my life. Brother, and salute to Danny, man. He's one of the real ones from Charlotte, cares about Charlotte sports, Panthers, all of them. You just heard from Danny. pay close attention, Charlotte, and the Charlotte Hornets. MJ, Mitch Kupchak, do not let the people of Charlotte down. They finally have something they can cheer on, like something that's just new, something exciting, and you ruin it for them. Do you know that there's Charlotte fans who are pissed after the games win or loss because their favorite player, Lamelo, can't even be used like the star he is? This is sad. This fan base has been spending all types of money throughout the years from these weak teams that you created, MJ and Mitch Kupchak. And you can't even do right by them, not one time. Not one time. And I see my sister Sandra Lane in the building. Peace and blessings, my sister. I'm glad you're tuning in. You're letting the city down. You're letting the people down. When you were the Charlotte Bobcats, they supported your team. The Charlotte Bobcats didn't even have no star. And they still supported your team. You got to do better, man. Luke says Melo is killing it with the shoe sales. He sold out every model he has come out with. Yeah, Melo's doing his thing with the Pumas. He's international, man. He's international. Yeah, he's international, man. Can you imagine if LaMelo had that number 1 jersey? If LaMelo would have had the number 1 jersey, he would have been number 1 in the NBA in sales. I truly believe that. Because look at what his shoes are doing. He just got to the league. And I've said it in previous streams. I know countless of people who would have bought LaMelo's jersey but didn't do it, including me, because I'm not going to buy a LaMelo number 2 jersey. That didn't sit well with me. That doesn't look right. LaMelo has made cryptic tweets and Instagram posts about not really liking the number 2 jersey. LaMelo still kept his trademark 1 of 1 because he likes the number 1. Sandra Lane said, "We rooting for you, Danny." Yeah, Danny's one of the good Charlotte fans. He ain't making no excuses. That's a good fan right there. He's being objective. If LaMelo plays bad, he's going to say it. If LaMelo plays good, he's going to say it. If JB coaches like trash, he's going to say it. If JB makes actually a good play, he's going to admit that. Like I've even said, I've even complimented JB a few times. It ain't that much. But when there was a last game against the Spurs, when he didn't play IT at all, that was smart. Because if you would have gave IT 20 minutes, Coach Popovich would have exploited it. So if you do something well, I'm going to give you props. Ryan says, "Man, DJ, I don't know about you, but when I see players on the Hornets joking around and smiling around when they down 20 points, it makes me mad. That's all culture. That's bad culture. A real coach would have had his troops in line. But let it be LaMelo being the only one smiling. If LaMelo was the only one smiling on the bench, man, JB probably would have lost it. But he don't have that same energy with the veterans. But I definitely understand what you mean, man." Luke says, "I believe that Jordan is doing this so LaMelo doesn't take the Hornets to the playoffs and make a run. If it happens, Puma will sell a lot of shoes." Politics, man, I don't leave anything out. Corshawn Smith, man, you did call it, bro. He said, "DJ, like I said, time to tank." That would have been a good time to tank. Hey, if the Hornets actually, let's say they actually tanked, right? And they played Book Night starters minutes, you wouldn't have anybody complain. and you play JT Thor more minutes, you wouldn't have anybody complain. Because if you're not going nowhere, you might as well do it. As long as you get rid of this coach. OG Lexi LX says, actually, they didn't get embarrassed. They came back within 11 points. He'll be getting his jersey next season. No one that came in have the number. Brother, that game was the Hornets were losing 69 to 40. What was it? 69 to 43 in the first half. That's embarrassing. The Nets let up. I don't care what they did. That's still an L. An L is an L, my brother. The Hornets got their tails whooped. I'm not going to celebrate moral victories on this channel. OG says they would have won if they had Jello. Corshawn Smith said, imagine if LaMelo had imagine LaMelo and Chet Holmgren. Man, that would have been deadly. Ryan Krigler says the Hornets lose, LaMelo gonna lose a fan. Wait, if the Hornets lose LaMelo, they're gonna lose a fan from Charlotte since the Bobcat days. They better do right. They better do this thing right. Macho Gaming says, congrats on MJ for being a black owner, but please get rid of this man for being horrible owner. How the hell you hired Mitch and gave JB extension? He's going to be the owner for the foreseeable future. There's nothing anyone could do about that. The good thing is MJ is one of the few black owners we have in sports, so that means something. But the facts are he's not a good owner. Until further, he will always be the owner for right now to mess a good thing up. Unless he takes that pride away from him. All right. So that's all I wanted to say, man. This game was a beatdown. The Charlotte Hornets. Hey, this is what y'all wanted, man. Y'all wanted LaMelo to be another guy. You didn't want it all about LaMelo. This is what not all about LaMelo looks like, losing. But hey, this is your dream scenario. And that you have Terry Rozier as your star. Star in your eyes, but not a star in the NBA. But when are the Charlotte Hornets going to take accountability of how they failed this organization and their fans? Charlotte fans, I need you to do me a favor. I want you to be vocal on social media of your demands, what you want for this team. And stop letting these organizations ruin a great thing or a potential great thing. I watched Cade Cunningham with the Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham, I know they're losing, but still, Detroit is built around him. He just got there. Macho Gaming, correct. Keep Melo and Bridges. Get rid of everybody else. Also keep Book Knight and JT Thor. Keep the young guys too, but everybody else can go. I don't care what they do with everybody else. They don't want to buy it anyway. They don't believe in team concept. They just want to be the hero. They want to be the top dog, getting the last second shots and missing the most times. They don't care about that. Bring in winners. Bring in selfless athletes who are trying to be a part of something, not trying to take away another brother's shine like they try to do Lamelo Ball. This is DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Peace and blessings. And to support this channel, make sure to go to Cash App, $DRUT06. I appreciate all the support. And in the next video, I will do shout outs for those who donate to the channel. This is a family. This is all love. I wish the Hornets would have won today, but the Brooklyn Nets, they're coming, man. They're a team on a mission, and it is what it is. So tomorrow, the Hornets got the Celtics. As for Coach Joe, I just want to let y'all know Coach Joe has been sick with the flu. Please pray for Coach Joe for a speedy recovery. And Coach Joe, man, he's such an amazing person. There were some days where he wanted to tough it out and do the stream, and I had to tell Coach Joe, "You good? We'll hold it down." So, Coach Joe, just know that we wish for a speedy recovery, and when you feel like coming back, we'll be ready for you to do the streams. But shout out to the OG Coach Joe. And let's see if the Hornets can actually do their thing for once. And I'm out.